Bo Dallas reportedly done with WWE following Bray Wyatt's tragic passing. LA Knight sends a message to Roman Reigns. Real reasons why Jey Uso and Cody Rhodes lost tag titles on WWE Raw. Rhea Ripley forbids Dominik Mysterio. Jimmy Uso's WWE Raw invasion undermined popular star's current storyline. Wrestler arrested for assaulting a fan in parking lot. WWE replaces Matt Riddle. Let's jump right into it. Real reasons why Jey Uso and Cody Rhodes lost tag titles on WWE Raw. In the recent episode of WWE Raw, Jey Uso and Cody Rhodes suffered an unexpected loss as Finn Balor and Damian Priest recaptured the undisputed tag team titles. For those unaware, Jey Uso and Cody Rhodes were set to defend their titles against the Judgment Day in a rematch. The match featured intense action and interference from Dominik Mysterio, who was taken out by Sami Zayn. During the closing moments, Priest executed a maneuver on Rhodes at the announcer's table. Despite this, Jey Uso managed to execute a spear on both Priest and Balor. However, the match concluded with the victory of the Judgment Day, thanks to the assistance of Jimmy Uso. With Rhodes and Jey losing their tag team titles just days after winning them, let's discuss 3 possible reasons for the same. Number 3. To set Jimmy versus Jey Uso's time ever clash. One of the potential reasons for Jey Uso and Cody Rhodes losing the tag team titles might be to set up a match between the Samoan twins. Ever since Jimmy Uso betrayed Jey at SummerSlam, causing him to lose the undisputed Universal Championship to Roman Reigns, the storyline has evolved. Jey Uso subsequently left SmackDown and joined Raw to distance himself from the ongoing Bloodline saga. Jimmy's recent attack on his brother on Raw, resulting in the loss of the tag titles, seems to be an indication that the company is now moving forward with the possibility of the first ever clash between the Samoan twins. Number 2. To delay the end of the Judgment Day. Another reason for Jey and Cody Rhodes losing the tag titles could be to postpone the disbandment of the Judgment Day. It was evident that Rhea Ripley and the other members of the villainous faction were increasingly frustrated following their loss of the tag team titles at Fastlane. A potential loss in the rematch on tonight's show could have sparked internal conflicts within the faction, potentially leading to a civil war among the members of the group. However, with Judgment Day reclaiming the tag team titles on Raw, it appears that the company currently has no intentions of ending the villainous group. Number 1. To end the tag team of Cody Rhodes and Jey. Another reason for Rhodes and Jey losing their tag team titles on Raw could be the intended end of their alliance on the Red brand. With the loss of the tag team titles, Jey Uso might find himself standing against his own brother, and the American Nightmare may potentially pursue a singles career once again. The interference from Jimmy not only affected Jey, but also intensified the rivalry between Rhodes and the Bloodline, hinting at a possible rematch between Rhodes and Roman Reigns in the near future. In the upcoming edition of Raw, both Rhodes and Jey might part ways, signaling a mutual separation as they bid farewell to their tag team partnership. The Judgment Day duo of Damian Priest and Finn Balor defeated Cody Rhodes and Jey Uso during the latest episode of WWE Raw. Rhodes and Jey lost their recently won tag team titles in a chaotic manner during the main event of the night. One of the interesting takeaways from the match was, however, that of Jey Uso potentially referencing his former Bloodline stablemate, Roman Reigns. In the closing stages of the bout, Priest hit Rhodes with a low blow, which was followed by a razor's edge through the announce table. With the American Nightmare out of contention, the Judgment Day looked like favorites to finish the match. However, main event Jey Uso had other intentions as he dished out spears to both men, potentially sending a message to the tribal chief. Despite the efforts, Jey was unable to get the job done, as Jimmy Uso's interference cost him and Cody their titles, which they recently won at Fastlane 2023. This was after the Bloodline had a stare down with Rhodes and Jey last week on SmackDown. It will be interesting to see how the situation evolves in the coming weeks. Rhea Ripley forbids Dominik Mysterio. WWE superstar Rhea Ripley recently took to Twitter to send a forward message after the Judgment Day members Finn Balor and Damian Priest controversially won the undisputed tag team championship on the latest episode of Raw. This week's Monday Night Raw ended controversially as Priest and Balor walked away with the tag team championship after defeating Cody Rhodes and Jey Uso. During the bout, it seemed like the duo had an upper hand against the Judgment Day. However, during the last stages of the match, Jimmy Uso came out of nowhere to attack Jey while the referee was distracted, which helped the Judgment Day win back the undisputed tag team titles. After the show, Rhea Ripley took to Twitter to send a message indicating that her faction runs all of WWE. Rhea Ripley went in a bout against Shayna Baszler after last week's shenanigans. Both showed a great display of strength throughout the contest. However, the match ended in the favor of the Eradicator after several interferences. Nia Jax, Raquel Rodriguez, and Zoe Stark started a brawl outside the ring. After that, Stark came inside the ropes and attacked Ripley, which ended the match in a DQ win for Mammy. Later in the show, the Eradicator was seen in a backstage segment with Adam Pearce, where she demanded the Raw general manager to get the women's division in order or she would do that herself. However, Pearce had enough of Ripley and announced a fatal 5-way match for WWE Crown Jewel, where Mammy will defend her women's world championship against Shayna Baszler, Nia Jax, Zoe Stark, and Raquel Rodriguez. It remains to be seen seen what WWE has planned for the Judgment Day member and if we will see a title change at Crown Jewel. Do you think Rhea Ripley will defend her title in a fatal 5-way match? WWE Women's World Champion Rhea Ripley made a surprising confession regarding her relationship with Dominik Mysterio. While the Eradicator is now engaged to AEW star Buddy Matthews, famously known as Buddy Murphy, in real life, she is in an on-screen relationship with her Judgment Day teammate Dominik Mysterio in WWE. They have seemingly become one of the most popular on-screen couples in the company's history. In a recent interview with Sporting News Australia, the Women's World Champion opened up about her relationship with the NXT North American Champion. She revealed that she has forbidden him to leave her, claiming they need each other. How vital has that partnership been both on-screen and behind the scenes? I say to Dom all the time that he's not allowed to leave me. He's not allowed to leave me because I need him and I feel like he needs me too. Like you said at the start, it seems so weird. Putting our names next to each other just didn't seem right, especially because we didn't really know each other. So we didn't know what was going to happen or how things were going to work, if it was going to click or not, or if we even get along. We were on a very like, hi, how are you? basis, and that was about it. But I think us being so similar in age has really helped in this situation as well, she said. He's only 6 months younger than me, I think it is. So that has definitely helped because we are on that same sort of level and we just, I don't know, it just clicks. It's really strange. It's hard to explain in words because it was something that just came so out of left field and no one expected it. But each and every week I go out there with Dom, I feel like our relationship grows to that next little step, which is really cool to see because it started off with us just awkwardly walking out there together, and I told Rhea that I made his son into a man. And now we're going out there and we're having legit fun. Rhea Ripley has been a member of the Judgment Day for a while now. She seemingly has a tight relationship with her teammates, Damian Priest, Finn Balor, and Dominik Mysterio. In the same interview with Sporting News Australia, the Eradicator stated that the Judgment Day is a family, even off-screen. Jimmy Uso's WWE Raw invasion undermined popular star's current storyline. Jimmy Uso invaded WWE Raw in one of the most shocking turn of events on the Red brand this week. The Bloodline member showed up during the closing moments of the undisputed WWE Tag Team Championship match to cost Jey Uso and Cody Rhodes their titles. Jimmy's shocking appearance is seen to undermine a popular storyline on WWE television. The storyline in question involves Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. The pair were separated after the prizefighter was traded for Jey by new SmackDown general manager Nick Aldis. Since Jimmy Uso, who's exclusive to SmackDown, showed up on Raw without any apparent consequences, Kevin Owens might do the same in order to help Sami Zayn whenever he needs him and vice versa. The whole situation seems to undermine the effectiveness of the 2023 WWE draft as well. The draft event was held with the intent to give Raw and SmackDown their exclusive rosters as well as championships, except for the men's and women's tag team titles. It is possible that Nick Aldis could bar SmackDown stars from appearing on Raw except for brand crossover matches as a direct consequence of Jimmy Uso's actions this week. Fans might have to wait until SmackDown to find out what the new GM will have to say about Jimmy's invasion. Rhea Ripley got Damian Priest and Finn Balor their undisputed WWE Tag Team Championship rematch against Jey Uso and Cody Rhodes on WWE Raw this week. Mammy was seen telling Balor and Priest she had to make a phone call before the big match. The phone call might have been to Paul Heyman to send in the cavalry in the form of Jimmy Uso. Jimmy's actions also seem to confirm that the Bloodline and the Judgment Day are working together just 2 weeks after Mommy discussed business with the Wiseman. Wrestler arrested for assaulting a fan in parking lot. In the latest news, a male wrestler outside WWE has been arrested for allegedly attacking a fan after a wrestling show. The name in question is Creepy the Clown, real name Michael R. Keane. Although the star never competed in promotions like WWE or AEW, he has worked his way around the independent circuit. According to a Fox 59 report, Michael Keane was arrested in August for battering a 34-year-old autistic man after a fight broke out in the parking lot of the Delaware County Fairgrounds following a wrestling show. The 42-year-old wrestler was arrested last Tuesday on a charge of felony battery of an endangered adult. He is accused of assaulting a 34-year-old autistic man who heckled him during an Indiana Powerhouse Wrestling (IPW) show. According to court records, the heckler was removed from the arena by staff after becoming loud and boisterous. As he was leaving, Keane, still in his clown costume, allegedly confronted the heckler and elbowed him in the back of the head, screaming, "You want to call someone a B? Call me a B." A witness reported that an autistic man was assaulted by a male wrestler who was still dressed as Creepy the Clown at a wrestling show. The autistic man reportedly punched back at his assailant with a can of Coke. One witness told investigators that Michael Keane was standing over the victim, shouting, "Don't call my son F4." The witness reportedly told the 42-year-old to stop, but he responded to him by stating to just leave. An IPW representative told police that Keane was fired from working any IPW events due to the fight. According to court filings, on September 1, a Delaware County sheriff's officer met with Keane. The wrestler was suspected of lying to the deputy by claiming he was not there at the altercation in the fair fairgrounds parking lot, and he was arrested on one count of battery on October 10 at his residence in Muncie. As a result of the battery, the victim allegedly sustained an injury to his nose as well as numerous cuts across his face and forehead. If convicted, the 42-year-old wrestler could face up to 6 years in prison. What did you think of the 42-year-old getting arrested? Sound off in the comments section below. WWE replaces Matt Riddle. Matt Riddle was one of the people that WWE released last month. The former superstar openly shared that he smoked cannabis, which the Stanford-based promotion has also used for his merchandise. Interestingly, a current star might be undergoing a similar path. The star in question, potentially about being the new Matt Riddle, is Jey Uso. Fans noted that Jey Uso and Cody Rhodes were intoxicated during the Fastlane Premium Live event by their actions and silly antics. The duo also said they celebrated early on Cody's bus after they won the Undisputed Tag Team Championship. On this week's WWE Raw, Jey also suggested that he has something to calm down Sami Zayn. This action is quite similar to Riddle's actions and quirks, but the Stanford-based promotion may not want to use this as his actual character. With Jey now reigniting his feud with Jimmy Uso and the Bloodline in general, his character should be less laid back and more focused and serious. His real-life issues may also land him in hot waters with the fans with such a character as well. Matt Riddle was fired by the Stanford-based promotion shortly after he accused a cop of sexual harassment at the JFK airport. However, a report emerged that he was intoxicated and tried to use his status as a superstar to land in less trouble. Matt had a notable tag team partnership with Randy Orton before the latter was sidelined with an injury. Just as Riddle was making new friends, he was released by WWE. As per WrestleVotes, Matt had significant plans of partnering with Drew McIntyre before the former's departure. There was even merchandise planned for the supposed duo and a team name. Prior to his departure from the company, I'm told there were significant plans for a Matt Riddle/Drew McIntyre tag team. So much so, various merchandise items were designed with the team name. Riddle, this is not a joke. Many former WWE stars jumped ship to different wrestling companies after they were released or departed. However, the former United States champion has other plans. Riddle may launch his cannabis strain soon called Riddle OG. It will be interesting to see if Matt will return to the wrestling ring soon or journey into a different career. Did WWE cancel John Cena's match at Crown Jewel 2023? On the recent episode of WWE SmackDown, the Stanford-based company started its build for Crown Jewel 2023. The 16-time world champion John Cena once again found himself in a confrontation with the Bloodline. The tribal chief, Roman Reigns, was also present on the show after he made his return following his brief hiatus. Cena was accompanied by LA Knight, who is now seemingly set to face the tribal chief at Crown Jewel 2023. Despite this development, it does not necessarily mean that the rumored match between Cena and Solo Sikoa has been canceled. In fact, John Cena is still locally advertised for this year's Crown Jewel Premium Live event, suggesting his commitment to the upcoming show scheduled in Saudi Arabia. The potential bout between Solo Sikoa and John Cena remains a possibility, as the recent SmackDown episode was just the beginning of the build-up for Crown Jewel. In the coming weeks, the company is expected to further develop the storyline for Cena's match at the upcoming Premium Live event. A clash between the Bloodline's enforcer and Cena appears to be the most probable scenario based on the current situation. For those unaware, Crown Jewel 2023 is scheduled to take place on Saturday, November 4, 2023 in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. It will be interesting to see how the Cenation leader and LA Knight will deal with the Simone faction in the upcoming weeks on the blue brand. As of now, the company has only officially announced the World Heavyweight Championship match between Seth Rollins and Drew McIntyre for Crown Jewel. Following the recent episode of SmackDown, a potential match between LA Knight and Roman Reigns for the undisputed WWE Universal Championship also appears to be in the cards. With Logan Paul being featured on the Crown Jewel promotional material, it seems likely that he will have a match on the card as well. If the company opts for a championship bout, a match between Logan Paul and Rey Mysterio is a possible outcome. The inclusion of Cody Rhodes on the poster suggests a potential defense of the undisputed tag team titles by the American Nightmare and main event Jey Uso. Given the recent tensions within the Bloodline, Jimmy Uso and Solo Sikoa could be potential opponents for their title defense. Additionally, the ongoing presence of Jade Cargill on WWE television hints at her imminent debut match in the company, possibly at this year's Crown Jewel PLE. Overall, much like every year, the card for Crown Jewel 2023 is expected to be packed with surprises and exciting matchups. Do you think John Cena will face Solo Sikoa at Crown Jewel? Sound off in the comments section below. LA Knight sends a message to Roman Reigns. LA Knight sent the undisputed WWE Universal Champion Roman Reigns a message following their confrontation last night on SmackDown. While the megastar is one of the most popular performers in the Stanford-based company, the tribal chief has been the world champion for over 3 years. As Mike previously expressed his desire to dethrone Reigns, the two superstars had a confrontation last night on SmackDown. During the segment, it was teased that Mike would challenge the Bloodline leader for the undisputed WWE Universal title. After the 40-year-old defeated Solo Sikoa Sikoa in the main event, he was speared by the tribal chief. Recent reports suggested the two would square off at Crown Jewel in Saudi Arabia next month. The megastar recently took to Twitter to post a photo of himself with Reigns' face reflected on his glasses. In the caption, he sent a forward message to the tribal chief following their clash on SmackDown. Speaking on Smack Talk, wrestling veteran Dutch Mantell discussed LA Knight's match against Solo Sikoa on SmackDown. He also claimed the megastar's popularity kinda cooled off a little bit. The former WWE manager stated that he thought the 40-year-old would receive a better reaction from the fans. I was gonna say something about LA Knight. I've thought the people were hot, but they were not hot as I thought they would be for him. I think he kinda cooled off a little bit. I did catch him one time talking. You could almost read his lips, but they had a pretty good match through. They really did, Mantell said. Bo Dallas reportedly done with WWE following Bray Wyatt's tragic passing. Former Raw Tag Team Champion Bo Dallas is reportedly done with WWE following Bray Wyatt's tragic passing. Dallas initially joined the Stanford-based promotion in 2008. He spent 13 years as an active competitor, during which time he held the NXT Championship, 24/7 title, and Raw Tag Team Championship. However, he was released from his contract in April 2021. After Bray Wyatt's return to WWE last year, reports suggested that his brother, Bo Dallas, was the person playing the Uncle Howdy character. Although the storyline was dropped following Wyatt's tragic passing, other reports claimed Triple H was looking into ideas to bring Uncle Howdy back. Speaking on Wrestling Observer Radio, Dave Meltzer claimed Dallas was probably done with WWE, claiming creative only used him as a favor to Wyatt. I think he's done. I mean, the only reason he was even being used was as a favor to Bray Wyatt. So I mean, it's possible they'll use him, but I don't expect him to be back, he said. Bo Dallas should do this for him. Fans push for new legacy faction as a tribute to Bray Wyatt. Bray Wyatt was engaged to former ring announcer JoJo Offerman. Following his tragic death, JoJo's mom, Alexi, posted photos of Bo Dallas, Taylor Rotunda, spending quality time with his brother's children on her Instagram. Alexi pointed out that Dallas was bringing his daily dosage of happy moments to Wyatt's children, Nash and Hyrie, stating that they love their uncle. Uncle Taylor bringing his daily dosage of happy moments to Nash and Hyrie. He literally knows how to become a kid himself with Nash and Hyrie. They love their uncle Tay-Tay, she wrote.
I can feel the blood creeping up from the heathens. Got will, got fight, got pride, got reason. If they wanna go eat, then you know I'm gon' feed them. If you're coming for me, hope you're ready for a demon. I got eyes in the back of my head, I'm seeing